Everybody, we are back in action here. As hopefully we get this all sorted out. Sorry, there's nothing you can do about a game glitch as everybody's loaded on in, but from the side of Infinite Florida, you have, I believe it's going to be RK7, Vader, Daunt, as well as a Vixie. And then on the other side of New Mexico, Boys, Dahmers, Oze, Electric, and Solar. Overall predictions, I'm going to ask you, Chef, what do you think?
I'm thinking NM boys 3-1 for the series.
Ooh, a little spicy action here because they're coming out fresh off of a good one against the retirement home as they put those old boys to bed. Infinite Florida, they did end up having that 3-0, but that was roughly, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Getting warmed up in the background, so this is really going to be a battle of attrition here on the hardpoints.
Yeah, NM boys starting hot. You know, this P1 usually nothing really gets progressed in it. A little nickel and diamond, but it's really this P2 trying to get set up. Dahmers isn't a great spot. You know, he has the AR in an interior fight, not usually what you want to see. Vader now working through it. A Vixie trying to get over there. Daunt as well, but they get cleared out. Infinite Florida. You know, this hill over here, this P2 is definitely a very important one. You can get a full 60 if you try hard enough. NM boys with 20 on the board, but it's going to be tough to even get a single point if they can't get through this tunnel. Look at this just funneling in. I don't think anyone's really looking that direction, though. Here comes the trades coming out, though. Electric, you already know he's going to go crazy. He's going to get traded out. Dahmers, though, working through with that AR. Some great work here, and, you know, they cleaned it up pretty well.
Yeah, and that was a solid break for the side of the New Mexico boys. They're at least just disrupting their setup a little bit. Daunt, he comes back on in. But the one thing I do want to notice here, Chef, is the side of Infinite, they don't look like they are constantly tweaking. It looks like, we were talking about this in the earlier series, they needed to play more discipline. And guess what? I think they're doing that. They rotated early, making sure they have a good, clean setup. Granted, it got broke, but it's those small things that they are working on to help them, you know, in the long run of this series.
Yeah, and shout out to Solar. That was, what, 25 seconds of scrap that was just left on the board. Everyone else trying to collapse in on this warehouse. And New Mexico, boys, they're here to play. Infinite Florida, they're here to play. We got a good battle of the Titans. The winner of this is guaranteed third place. Losers going home as fourth place. Definitely heads high no matter how this one ends up. Great teams definitely have earned this position based off this start so far as we get pretty tied up into this Hill 3. You know, I'm loving it. They earned their spot, and we're gonna definitely have ourselves a series on our hands.
I couldn't agree more because this is incredible for the side of Infinite Florida. It feels like ever since that last series, they have woken up from their slumber, and you can tell they're playing off of each other a lot better. It's more control than just flying out there trying to take egos. It's going to show in the stat line as well. They get a full 60 on the P3 Elephant Room, and now you head to the barbershop. Who hasn't gotten their haircut as of recent on the side of New Mexico boys, do you think, Chef?
It's looking like Electric. You know, he had a little bit of aggression coming in, but he was sitting there double negative. Maybe he can get something done here. He's on a 4 streak. That means he was sitting 1-8 before he got going here. But, you know, some progression coming through. This is a tough spot to break into for Infinite Florida. You know, you got to have those strong ARs to get over into this spot. And maybe they're just not having it. Oze, Solar doing amazing jobs holding this one off. But, oh wow, a Vixie though, that triple getting in with that SMG. It's shocking he was able to make that run up. I think he just kind of bobbed and weaved between the sight lines of the defense. But a good job on him.
Vixie trying to make a play, unfortunately, it didn't really account for much time, maybe 5 to 7 seconds delay. And now you head over to the P5. It's the courtyard and another full setup. This time, these two teams, this is what happened last time we saw the New Mexico boys. It was like nobody was able to touch the hill once they got set up.
Yeah, look at this scrap again. Shout out NM boys playing for every single second. And I'm going to remind you all later on when they win by 2 points here that is definitely what did it. However, it's costing them the rotations. Infinite Florida does have the setup, but NM boys, we've seen it time and time again here that they're able to take it over from behind. But Daunt with the 4 streak, RK7 with the 2. You know, we had him in there for the interview before. These guys are definitely turned up. They are grooving and cruising. And NM boys cannot break this hill. And I love the call here from Solar, rotating out, getting into the next one, finally getting early on the hills. They called it like, hey, we're not going to win this one. And Vader sitting on the scrap. Do they play for every second? Be interesting. Oh, he got the kill, but he's not going to play for the 13 seconds. I would have liked to seen him play that scrap there, just due to the fact that his teammates were set up ready for this.
Yeah, maybe play a little bit more close, but decide to go back and regroup for this attack that's coming on in. Unfortunate teammate. That might allow the opening, but Oze, he cleans up as he will get 2 on the board. And I mean, he's been having a great game. 13 and 10, 4 kills in a row. Solar, of course, just putting up his normal type stats. 15 and 10, make it 16 and 11 as the trade does come through. Vader, the AR, you know he can pop off at any single moment. Of Vixie, 9 and 12. But this game, it is neck and neck, and so far these teams, they are not going down. I have a feeling, like you said, Chef, this is a 248, 250 type game.
Yeah, Vader just kind of walked all free right towards that tunnel. Not what you want to see. OZ, wow, look at Vader playing the door jam to his favor. Electric getting that trade. Good on him. You know, Electric, a rough start here. Almost double negative. Not much time on the hill. SMG, this is their territory. Picks up that AR as well to keep them behind. Getting that scrap time, a lot of respect for that, but we're going off to the back, seeing how this motorhome gets played out. You know, battle of the sides, right? See who has the AR and what SMGs can get up close. We got the gate being played by Dahmers. He's going to get taken out. I think Electric's going to get shot in the back here. Does get the spin around. Nade going to come through. That's probably going to finish him up. It does. But NM boys, it plays enough time for them to cycle right back inside it. But that's a lot of hill time for Infinite Florida. Let's take a look at that stat line. 1-40, 1-32, all tied up essentially. Looking at the KDs across the board, Solar almost at a 2 KD, 4 streaking right now, 30 seconds on the hill. Everyone else looking pretty fair on the NM boys. Infinite Florida, a pretty fair stat line. I'm not like Invader right here at the 9 seconds, 10 and 15. I think that he can step it up a little more here, and I think that's really what's showing off in that 30-point lead right now for the NM boys. I think NM boys are just slightly getting ahead, but yeah, 250, 248, that's what I'm playing.
And this is going to be a tough spawn to read, and I don't think they're going to recognize this as everybody's coming in, but the back will look at number 4. He could do a lot with it. Vader gets one, should get traded, and that will be Dahmers. And Solar, he's 1 away from streak, and he knows it, so he's trying to play his life. But it will be Don who loses the gunfight on the hill. Will Electric scamper away? Yes, he will. But it is Vader coming in off the respawn from the back side of the spawn, and number 2. It's Don again. He comes in big. Solar is still there for the trades, and he will secure that glide. And the New Mexico boys, they are starting to run away with this game. And yeah, you have the rotate, but you cannot give up 30 seconds here on the P1 if you're Florida.
Yeah, usually P1, you know, no one really sits on it. They're playing for P2 the entire time, and you just pick up points as you run through the tunnel on P1. And I love the NM boys playing for it. They played the scrap. They played P1. We are going to see Daunt probably get the kill from behind, and he does. But Infinite Florida gave up P1, right, for their P2 position. And look where it is now. It just rotated out. NM boys are there as well. And that, I think, for this Cantina Hill is definitely gonna show that the NM boys left nothing on the table. They played every single second to the perfection on the rotations, on the takeovers, on each hill. They respected all the points on the board.
But a little bit of a late break comes on in here, and they actually get a very solid, easy break. That's 16 kills in a row. And Electric, he's going to have to rotate through the middle of the map. And if you're the New Mexico boys, you're feeling okay. You're not feeling, you know, any pressure coming on in, even though you do probably give up that 90-point victory. Right, what we're talking about is they have not lost on Mercado or they beat every team on Mercado by 90 points or more. And that one will unfortunately come to a close with this last few seconds of scrap, but still they are well and truly in the lead.
Yeah, Avixi spun as far as you possibly could to this next hill. A very long distance he has to run to get in there. Everyone pretty spread out, but there we go. The team kill and the kill coming in for the NM boys as he's in a great spot. Electric playing it a little slow. Is he going to be able to read that position? I love that 360. Hold the trigger. Hope you hit something. But it's looking like Infinite Florida might come out on top. It's really a crapshoot how this is going to end, but Solar on the double. Vader on the double to answer it back, but no one on the hill. Look at the timer. It is so close. 15 off from the victory. NM boys can close it out here. Donk gonna try and close it, and there we go, gets the kill. I think those are just teammates shooting at each other. They don't know what's going on. Dahmer's now in there. 10 seconds left. No, it's gonna switch right back to Infinite Florida, and we're off to the next point. I think Florida's playing a little bit too much catch up when they should be playing a little more mustard.
And right now, but they're in a good spot to potentially find a good opening break. They need to use their utilities and throw everything they have in the back, and that's exactly what they're doing. And now they're going to come out and challenge. They go 1 for 1. You do not have much time to break this hill, and they felt like they had to fly forward. But who other than Solar to put the nail in the coffin with the triple? And that is going to be it. And the side of the New Mexico boys, they pick up right where they left off, and they will take the map 1 250 to 180.
Wow. That was good. That was good. I mean, it's who I was calling for the victory. It started off very back and forth. You know, I think it not just the scrap. You know, that was definitely more than the scrap. But NM boys played for every hill. I think the P1 is really what brought it together. Yep. And the scrap kind of tied it in and just decreased the amount of time left on the table for that map to continue. You know, a full 60 from Florida would have definitely brought them back into the closer game. But I think if NM boys didn't play scraps, it would have been, you know, that 248, 250. So I definitely brought them there. I think they would have got that win anyway. But the way they played that P1 and the way Infinite Florida gave it up, and, you know, when you do that, you know, high risk, high reward, like we're always saying, you gotta be able to reap that reward. They rotate extremely early for that P2 and gave up P1. You know, give them 60, you take 60. You know, you're tied again. So you have to be able to take those extra steps and play ahead. And NM boys did that. You know, they got 30, 40 seconds off P1, pushed into that P2. Yeah, they didn't hold the whole thing, but think about it. They got 40 seconds and then 30 seconds. That's a lot more than 60 and 0 that Infinite Florida was playing for. And, you know, the math adds up. They take the victory.
Yeah, there's a few times that Florida decided to play the rotation. It went in their favor sometimes, half the time it didn't. So they were kind of getting broken down when they would find those openings into the hill. Granted, I did like the way that they were playing it. They played a lot more collected, even though they were just kind of getting outslayed at times. And I think there is an AR disparity. Dahmers and currently Solar are the best duo AR in the tournament, at least at this moment. Solar is hands down the best AR in the tournament. And then when it comes to submachine guns, Vixie, he needs to be more consistent. Electric, he has always been there. Yeah, had a slow start to the map, but he picked it up in the end. But Daunt, I talk about impressed. This guy, he came out of nowhere, and he is shredding. The guy somehow comes out with doubles and triples that I'm like, did he just do that? I can't believe it. And so he is the player that's impressed me. He just needs a Vixie to play a little bit more consistent with him.
Yeah, you know, and like we're saying with Daunt, you know, it impresses us, him getting the doubles and triples. But we're not even impressed when Solar does it because it's expected at this point. And that's right where you want to be, honestly. You want it to be expected to get those doubles and triples. But Daunt, good on him for answering that back. Like you said, Electric had that slow start. Not usually what we see from him. I think Daunt definitely answered that back very well on that last one. Vader, a little slow start on the hill time, on the KD. Not where he wants to be, but I think Vader can play this S&D very well. I believe that's his strong suit coming in. You know, RK7, we had him in here earlier, and he's definitely vibing out there with the team. It's interesting to see how they bounce back after that round 1 loss. But here we go, Asilo. I think this has been our best map to view so far from this tournament. So let's see how it ends up.
It's been probably our most played Search and Destroy this entire tournament, and already Electric opens up with 1, RK7 on the return, as he's just trying to rotate his way back into the spawn. But look at 2 players sitting on the top side antenna. And I've seen the New Mexico boys do this time and time again. They really play it slow. But look at number 5, Vader. He's ready for this challenge out back. Oh, he gives it up. at the wrong time. RK, though, he will peek it, get that information. Will he decide to go out? No. He plays it smart, decides to back up. Now Dot knows the position they are coming from. And, Zay gives it up in a second, but still gets away.
Wow, yeah, the COD timing there, not in his favor. I think Vader just peeked that on the stairs. And gonna fall there, a Vixie down, you know, that brings it 2-2. Okay, Zay gonna get taken out. We got ourselves a round, my friends. Attacking bomb is down. They're gonna try and work their way towards it. I think RK7 is getting his sandwich ready to eat. He's playing with that food. He knows exactly where they're headed. Solar, last one alive. There's a man to catch a double. He's the man to do it. 399. What a read from Solar. If you're in a 1v2 and you're attacking, you got to get that bomb down, get those odds in your favor, get them right where you want them. You know, RK7, he was in the spot to play for A, but they did not play for B. They're going to have to work together here. If they play for trades, I think they could get it, but he didn't see Solar. I know I saw him. 1v1 now. Like I said, Solar's the guy.
Solar is the guy, and Dot, but this is the 1v1 you want to see. Dot's got to go hunting. You cannot let Solar get away, and he's playing it perfectly. Dot with
in the open, no!
And Infinite Florida saved by their submachine gun and Dot, and that is a round win they are lucky to come away with.
Daunt went out in the open. His only coverage was that fence, which is no coverage at all. Solar had the truck. So that was Solar's fight to win. So good on Daunt. Let's watch this right here, how he gets it. Misses only one bullet. Good on him. There we go, Daunt. Good stuff. Way to get that one done for your team. But hey, you know, that should have been a little easier for him coming in with a 2v1. Solar played that about textbook. It's as good as you're going to get that one. You know, 50-50 gunfight to end it. That's what you'd want for either team, honestly. And I love the start to this S&D series. That really sets the pace.
It sets the tone for sure, because it just tells you Infinite, they ain't going away. But Vader with a Kobe nade, RIP to the man in heaven. As it will
perfection.
Be. Ooh, man, I know, Chef. When we played against each other in the 2v2, you were cooking me with them nades too, and I didn't like it. So, but I love the frag being put out. And did you notice the door's cracked? I don't know if a Vixie knows that the door is cracked, but I'm not sure if he realizes it.
I think he looked at it. He's seeing if he exited or what's going on. Look at that. All right. Almost gave it up for free, but good play here. 1v4. Infinite looking at getting 2 rounds in a row. Can Zay get her done?
Tough situation here. He has an AR to work with, no submachine gun. He's just going to dolphin dive around. He actually might get a good time, but RK7 holding the door perfectly. Infinite back-to-back rounds. That one a little bit more cleaner than the last.
Yeah, definitely more clean. I love that first round. The NM boys playing it nice and slow, going either direction. NM boys quite tough on that one. You know, I like the strats from these guys. They definitely have to pull it all out. You know, if you're a Beaver just chilling, you know, they left a lot of strats in their pocket. They didn't show everything they got. But these losers bracket players, they have to show everything all the way through. If you're Beaver, I'm sure they're watching, they're learning, seeing what's going on between these teams. Denver surrender as well. You know, you have to give it all you got, because the losers, you're done. You're not getting any money. They're playing for at least $500 here if they get into this grand finals. So hey, let's see how it goes. No one died yet.
But Solar, he is there. The aggression onto the B site. The NM boys, they love pushing the field side due to the fact of how strong their ARs are in that presence. And Vader, he might have just got a really bad time, but he gets the stun. And he's gonna go high, and Dahmers was low, so he should win that gunfight. Now it's gonna be a 3v2. Can they get this retake though? And now a 1v3. Everybody just surround this point. Don't let this guy get away. Make sure you trap them in, and they fly, and there are the trades. That's what I want to see from Florida.
Yeah, the trades for sure. Everyone look a different spot. Everyone come in a different door. The timing from everyone was perfect. There's only 3 ways in, and they put all 3 players in there. You know, Electric had the SMG, but even Scump himself couldn't get that one done. So good play on that one. You know, Electric did everything he could there, but another great round. That's 3 in a row. Interesting.
3 in a row for the side of Infinite, and this is a series. I mean, you were saying a 3-1. It's looking like that could be the case, but Infinite, they are always a team that's been strong in their respawns. It's a matter of making it click at the same time, right? They always have that ability to pop up. But look at Vader. Go to Vader, number 5. He has the sniper, and will he decide to pick him up? But oh my god, Solar doesn't need a sniper to hit beams.
Yeah, that's crazy. He does get traded out there, a little weak on the retake, but they are up on bodies until now. 2 up. Avixi with the bomb in hand, sitting on the 4 streak. I think he wants to play his life a little bit here. Oze is right off to the side. Dahmer's looking to play this window as well as they push in to the site, possibly. And it's looking like NM boys are going to go for a rotation. They have no position in this bomb site, so they're going to be playing from behind. It's 0-3. I think they got to start getting their bodies in the right spot.
And right now, this should be a free A plant, but I think the side of Infinite Florida have done their homework because they have been reading Electric's flank this entire game. Yeah, he's 4-4. That's just due to his aggressive nature. And Nate will connect, so he knows one is on site. But yeah, 2 ARs, and oh, the shots don't come through, but oh, the challenge is there. Dahmer's with the coverage. They're trying to get this one done. They're just keeping everybody alive. Dot needs to come for one. But look at the teamwork. This is what you want to see, is all the coverage is there. Infinite. Where has this teamwork been the entire event?
Yeah, I would have liked to seen Oze take those 2 bodies. They were both injured. I know it's a 1v2, but I still think Oze had the upper hand there if he peeked it a little earlier to help his mans out. He injured both of them. He could have got that defuse. 0-4. If there's a time to get around, it's right now. If there's a time to get a kill, it's Dahmer's. So let's see if he could get something done.
And it's a 4-0, and I don't think anybody was expecting this, and guess who stepped it up? It's Avixi. 5-1, 5 in a row. Dahmer's trying to take down Vader, but he's gonna, they're gonna double challenge him. He immediately backs down, says, I don't want any of that, but a first blood will take down the man who's on 5, so no streaks in the back pocket, and a little bit more of a passive setup. They're allowing the side of Infinite to get a map positioning, but at what cost? Is Solar, he can hear a player below him, but he doesn't know exactly where he is. He's hopping in and out of the window. Vader, he gets that information, but he backs all the way up. And so he can see Solar, but now it's a 1v3. And he's with this gunfight, AR versus AR, and he will take it 1v2.
Yeah, 1v2. Bomb is down on A, so that's interesting. Oh, wow, NM boys had to trade it for the last one. Yeah, they're on board. It's right where they want to be. You know, they can get 3 more in a row. I could definitely see that in them. So Infinite Florida pretty much just has to keep doing what they're doing and just kind of nickel and dime these next 2 rounds to tie up the series. You know, again, NM boys won that first one, 250-180. So it is on Infinite Florida to answer it back.
Absolutely on Infinite, and you know who else it's on? Dahmer's.
I
was saying last LAN, he's had these moments where he has cold spots, and this is maybe one of them, an 0-5, but in the respawns, it's not very common, the search and destroy. Hey, it's a toss-up, but 0-5 here, you need him to start stepping up. I do want to point out, though, New Mexico, they have 4 of the 5 first bloods. And so they are kind of squandering their opportunities. Vader, again, the read onto Electric. That is what's been the game changer on the LSCLO.
Yeah, I agree. You know, still waiting on Dahmer's to do something here. Bombs down. They're hitting them from all angles. Again, that's really what S&D is about. When you're ahead, keep it going. Hammer down. Get the bomb down. Get the bodies down. And that's where they're going. RK7. 7 kills. Avixi died 3 times in a row there before getting another kill. Vader looking pretty fair here. Dahmer's, again, I'm not sure really what he was going for there. I would have liked to seen a shoulder before a complete commitment to peeking there. Solar 1v2. No way he's getting that bomb defused. Looking for one and another. I mean, he got it at 7. He did get it. It's possible he would have ran away from it, but it was a close play. I didn't think NM boys had any chance, but he almost had it.
There is always a chance when Solar's alive on the map.
That's true.
Right? He always been putting up a lot of incredible feats. RK7 8-4, quietly having a great game as well. Doing a great job, everybody from the side of Florida. Having a good game on the other side. Hey, enough with it, but Vader bulls out the sniper. And I would love to see if he can pull it off. I don't think he's connected with any shots, and I know how you are. If you're not hitting them, Chef, you say put it away.
Yes, sir. Let's see what he can do. There's 2 down there. There we go.
No. Unfortunate timing.
Yeah, pulls out the pistol. He's like, all right, I'm putting it away, Chef. Don't worry. 2v3, though. Infinite Florida still up a man. They have no positioning, but he is in on the B site, and that might be enough for Oze to get in a nice position, able to catch 1 kill. Ooh, but that's going to leave it on the bomb. He has an AR. Solar in a kind of weird spot, and the weird spot looks like it's 6 feet under as Infinite Florida takes it 6-1. A lot of 6-1s happening here, but hey, that ties up the series as we head to hotel, and hotel. So let's see how we can finish
Holiday Inn. I'm sorry, I had to say it at least again. Every time you say it 3 times, I will say it. But great stuff in, I believe, the side of Vader. He came up with a hit marker, and then he got it done in the end with 2 beautiful snipes. He took down, I believe it was Oze, and then took down the Solar in that 1 or 2v2 situation. So getting the great adjustments. Granted, you get a hit marker, but he comes back with a 2-piece of his own. But like I said, heading on in to the hotel. This is considered the strongest maps in the pool for the side of the New Mexico boys. So clearly they're feeling confident with these last 3 maps going on into it. And like you said, you're expecting a 3-1. Honestly, I don't know who to expect. Who to expect to win this one, but if it does go to a map 5, I have to say I'm going to be giving my edge just slightly towards the side of Infinite.
Yeah, if it goes to a map 5, I think Infinite will take this one just based off of that S&D performance. The only round the NM boys got, it wasn't too great, honestly. Infinite Florida really just did an amazing job on that S&D. We're going to see how this hotel first map goes on Control. What can get done? We've seen Infinite Florida wake up. RK7, Vixie did very well there. Daunton, Vader, pretty fair. Vader coming out with that sniper 2-piece at the end. He got that hit marker. But if you're the guy getting hit, you're slowed down, you're getting to cover, or you're just scared because you're at 1 hit for, a good couple seconds. So you're going to have to change your attack at that point. That's exactly what had to happen. Infinite Florida answered that up on the last round. But I think Infinite Florida, I think that they might be able to take this one, but the respawns, they change it up. And New Mexico boys is definitely going to have to win these next 2 because if it goes to a map 5, I think Infinite Florida might take it now.
Hotel, if it's a mixie, I'm going to the side of Infinite, but if it goes to that map 4, I'm going to say the New Mexico boys because they are just so good when they get locked into a hard point. It's hard to get a break on this squad, so I do expect a map 5 to come their way, but hey, the 3-1 still in your favor, Chef. It's the dealer's choice at this point, but I want to talk about Electric. He's been having a great tournament run, got shut down a little bit in there in the map 2, and that maybe just comes to the VODs, and so I do like this change up coming in for that search and destroy map 5 because we haven't seen either of these 2 teams really play it all that often. I believe Infinite Florida did play it against the Penn Island in that losers, I believe it was quarters, and they took it in a 6-3 or 6-5. But on the side of this Control, Dahmers, I have a feeling he's going to have a great bounce back.
Yeah, Dahmers definitely needs to bounce back after that one. Sat at the bagel for a while and finally got 2 kills up to that last round. It's usually not what we see from him. Maybe he just couldn't find his groove on that one, but definitely needs to get into that groove, find it back into this next one. Because, Control, this is going to set the pace for the rest of this series here because you're going to be at match point, whoever wins this one. So, New Mexico boys, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the tournament as a whole, not so much on that last round. But, they had it in that hard point. I think after this Control, the next hard point will go in the favor of New Mexico boys, no matter which way this goes. But if it, again, goes to that S&D, I think Infinite Florida will go. So I believe this series is getting made up right here on this Control.
It feels like the rest of this tournament is just going to be map 5s across the board. I don't think there's going to be many 3-0s, or I think there's going to be no more 3-0s for the rest of the tournament for the last few series, whatever the case may be. But everybody, we have Denver Surrender. I hope you didn't forget they ended up going down 3-0 to Beaver Elation in the winners finals, but it was a lot closer than that 3-0 said. In that control, it came down literally to the final moments. As if Beaver didn't close it out, I think that would goes another reverse sweep map 5 round 11. It felt like that was a potential to happen, but they didn't, and now they've been kind of waiting for the past few hours for the losers bracket to come to a close, and we're here at the losers semis, and these two teams, it's truly anybody's game, and who comes out swinging. I know the NM boys, they have been playing for a long time today, and especially they're not running on many hours of sleep either. Let's put that into consideration when it comes to the late hours, the longevity of all these players. You have to give, you think, maybe the energy to the side of Infinite, because they were done at what, 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday, and the side of the NM boys didn't get done until 3 a.m.
Yeah, that definitely says a lot. Rest is everything. You got to have all of your brain available, the strats, your memory, making sure everyone's where it needs to be, hitting your shots, making sure everything is solid, getting that energy up. It's a mental game with LAN. It's completely built different. You hear them screaming in the background, you're smelling them guys. You go taste them if you want to. They're sitting right there. It's not your setup. You're on a PC at the LAN event center. There's no lag from anyone because everyone's on the same internet. So it's completely different than playing at home. And speaking of completely different, Infinite Florida waking up here. This A site, I'm not sure they gave it to them for free, but I think the NM boys are just going to set up the collapse here possibly on them exiting it. No, they can't even get anything done here. Done. 2 in a row. RK7, 2 in a row. And here they go with the slow roll over to B. See what they can sweep down.
But heading on it, this is a great start for the side of Infinite. In particular, Dant sitting at 3-0, looking to put the pressure on as he is snuck all the way to the backside spawn, but that is number 7, Solar. Can he win this 1v1? He might have given it up, and he actually did. He goes out through the front of the hill, so they basically flipped the map. So Dant, he's on that B site, but number 8, Electric, he's sitting on the top side bedroom, exactly where you want to be on the defense. And number 7, oh, he goes down. That's Vader starting to heat up as well. As I think it's just the entire squad of Florida. They're hitting their stride right at the second half of this series, as Jose, though, he doubles them up and he's going to shut down that early push.
Yeah, Dant doing a great job here. Again, that's a full wipe for him, 4-0, as he's sitting on B, and everyone's kind of hung up on this apartment. There we go. They're finally going to get turned around, but Avixi is going to have some nice back shots he's able to take. Solar trying to get in there. There we go. Hitting up onto the bar, looking over, seeing to get that defense, getting it set up. Dant 5-1 as that tick did not get found on B. I don't want this to be another spawn and run towards apartment kind of game, but it doesn't look like it's going to be going that way. NM boys with the defense coming through, looking at the lives, 16-14, it could go either way at this point. Avixi sitting at that 3-6, 2-5 RK7, but Dant answering that back now, 7-2. Everyone battling over there on A, but that B defense is shining through.
Yeah, it's been a solid hold for the NM boys. And I thought we were about to see another incredible hit fire coming on in from Jose, but no dice this time, as it will be Vader cleaning it on up. Still has that information. One player is roaming around, but guess who dealt with him? It was Dant. Solar sitting in the backside. Vader will happen to try to get a few tags on to Dahmers, but Avixi is there. Can he find another one? He gets 2. The trades are through. Solar's on 5 in a row. A glide bomb would be massive here for his team. Dant, though, trying to hold it down. 7 seconds. He knows he has one opportunity, and that's 2 players down. Will they have a trophy on the hill? That's the question. Dahmers gets the kills. Vader finding the kills. Can the side of Florida clutch up here in the end?
Yeah, I'm loving the push here. 4 seconds left. They are up on that guitar case. Dahmers kind of out in the open, looking for some action, able to catch one through it, but look at all the bodies around this site. No respawns either way. We're in a search and destroy, 4 seconds left. Jose is going around, punching and munching. Oh my gosh, the timer ends up. There we go, 1-0. The NM boys, oh my gosh, that could have went either way. I love how close these control games are getting as this tournament comes to a close here. Oh my gosh, I'm loving the slicing and dicing out there. He's running through them like vegetables, and that's what the chef's trying to see.
Yeah, playing Fruit Ninja out there too, maybe on the iPhone. But I want to point out one of the small, minute details that, hey, he didn't connect with that glide bomb, but he took down the trophy. And guess what happened immediately after that trophy went down? All of the utilities from New Mexico boys either weakened or got a kill from a player that was on that B site. So that's just something you got to realize. That teamwork is so crucial. Somebody called that out saying, hey, I'm going to invest my glide. As soon as it hit, you have to toss your utilities. And they did, and it allowed them to secure that defense. Even though they gave up 5 ticks, they find themselves in a good spot here as they're trying to work towards this B site. The one player you really don't want to be going up against with the submachine gun is Dot. Granted, 2 players are there. They will get 1 tick, but a lot of pressure is still coming on in from the side of NM.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen Jose kind of stick with A there for that double hit, but it looks like they're going for a nice B collapse. Daunt is up there, though, trying to push up. He's looking pretty hot here today on this map. RK7 a little light on the kills, but they're working through the positioning on this defense. No one really up there towards A. I think they got him, went towards E a little too hard here on the second half. But they are making that A push. I think everyone in their heads just thinking how free A is. Not too worried about it. I still like the 2 players down here at B. You know, slow them down. Now let's set up this A site. We see Jose sneaking out a little bit. And Vader, speaking of sneaking, he's over here trying to make some moves. Catches one with a SMG. Now he's switching over to. Man, looking like a little 2v2 action. Looking at lives, pretty close. We're a full set ahead on Infinite Florida. And Daunt, nice double. He's looking real good on this map.
And talk about another small detail of Vixie. He could have gone out and tried to help his teammate there, but he relied on Daunt, and Daunt picked up the double. He is 15 and a 4 in a row, and this is an incredible way to end it because you only have 3 ticks on the board if you are the NM boys, and now you might find an opening here at that B site, but guess who is roaming? It's going to be RK7. Will he be able to find anything? But he doesn't need the help as Vader takes down 1 Domers. Oh my goodness, from the top row! He walked down. No! Oh, the trophy maybe for MVP out there.
Yeah, thankfully they won that battle over on A. Them continuing to go for B with seconds left, very high risk. Thankfully, they fell back on A to finish that one up. But looking at the lives, Infinite Florida, they're up by 7. New Mexico boys, they're going to have to go for the capture here. It'd be interesting to see what can get done. Vixie a little too hot in the head there, working up towards the spawn. Number 8 falling for electric, trying to work through it. And that defense looking real nice from Infinite Florida, locking it down. But look from their spawn direction. Solar's there. Jose is there. Look at the collapse coming through. A Vixie spawn way up there on A. It's exactly what they want to see. That's why they're in these positions, working through this apartment, waiting for them to clean it up, but they did not win their gunfights. Daunt is just too hot out there. Now Jose's going to have to throw his body in the mix. You're going to have to stop this clock. 17 seconds left. Doubled up on kills. 14 v5. 13 now. This does not look good for NM boys this round.
And this has just been, I mean, a Daunt class act stop as he is shredding everybody. But Domers, he finds something, maybe this is a chance. And Solar, he hops on in with his second. You have a 3v10. Do the New Mexico boys plus this one up? They're getting the double stack on in. They only need 1 clean set of kills. Unfortunately, too many members to deal with. You had that extra guy come on the flank. You can't watch all the angles. And guess what? Infinite Florida, they come up with the defense as well.
Yeah, answered it right back, 1 up. You know, still the NM boys were right there. They weren't too far off from capturing that other one. I think the start of the round is what was slipped up a little. They had that B push, you know, not always going to win it. That's fine, but I would have liked to seen that A hit a little harder. Does it look like they were a little frantic as that timer was ticking down to 3 seconds left, just trying to go for anything, throwing bodies around. It lowered the lives. I'm sure that was a comment here. Hey, guys, watch your lives. Hey, guys, watch the points. You just end up watching too much and you watch yourself lose the round.
Also, I want to point out the NM boys, they ended up getting 5 ticks, so they are all tied up, even though, yeah, like you said, it was a tad bit of a slow start to the attack. They rebounded, able to at least get that A site and then get 2 ticks onto B. But now for Infinite, they're going to hop on into A, but Lou, who is there, Solar, and my goodness, Dant has been the extinguisher to how hot he has been this entire day, and maybe it is that longevity. The energy levels are maybe starting to dwindle here as this series is starting to get a little bit extended. Ooh, Vader gives it up. Solar doesn't finish it. Oh, there he does. He gets a recheck, but Dant immediately there again, 22 and 10 for the submachine gun.
I like that they didn't give it up, but they did give up some lives there with the defense. You know, not too far behind. Pretty fair setup. Dant, though, he's anything but fair. This man, 4th streak, 23 and 10. Oh my gosh, he is hot out there. He's about to shoot his teammate there. You don't care who you are. You're going down. It's 2 teammates now he eyed up. He's trying to get up this ladder. There's one. Oh, yeah, I didn't think he was getting that one from a ladder reach. Dant is looking so good. He knows he can take all these chows. He's feeling it out there. RK7 looking to take up some good attacking positions. Oze, though, working through this apartment, trying to keep this Infinite Florida team out. I'm not sure how they keep spawning up so close with where Oze is. I think it's probably because he's down low here. But a Vixie on a nice double. 4 streak in the pocket for him. Infinite Florida looking pretty fair here.
And all the side of the NM boys have done is kept control of top bedroom, and that's the biggest thing. Finally, Dahmers is going to push out, so it's going to force him to spawn all the way in the backside kitchen. That's just a long haul, and Avixi did everything he could to try to hold off the reinforcements, as you had a little bit of an opportunity to hop onto the site, but it wasn't much, and it's because Dahmers was staying alive with his teammate Oze. Jose did fall, but Dahmers just fills in the gaps. Now Electric. Oh, goodness. This is going to be a tough showing, but Vader is ready for it as he pulls out the sub, but flips to the AR and guns Solar off the backside bar. He says, you are cut off, my friend, as Vader knows one more player is down here, and this could be the chance for them to hop onto the B site, and they are getting a clean 3 or 4 down.
Yeah, you know, they waited quite a bit, but it might pay off here. Look at the spawns all the way up there to A. Electric's the only one to get it done. He's in the spot to get it done. But I don't see him connecting too much here. There we go. One through the smoke, looking for another. All right, there comes the push. There's just one left, and they cleared it out. Oh my gosh, that 3rd tick was so close to getting it, but no one has it. 13 seconds left. No one's zeroing it out either. It looks like they are going to come close. Dant, a little too hot to get over there. Now 6 seconds left. NM boys might take this one. Yeah, and that's going to seal the deal there. Yeah, it could have went either way again, down to the end. Oh my. This control is so hot. Still would have liked to seen capture the flag. It looks good.
And a great thing, Electric ends at 5 kills, so he's going to be 1 off of that glide coming into an attack. Granted, on this map, it's not too big unless if you're on the defense, but either way, it's just nice to have that information gained when you do go on in. But like we said, it was the New Mexico boys on their defense the first time where they had that glide come on and then used all of their frags and stuns to make sure they did not allow it to come through. And we've seen this from them almost every single time they play control. It's literally when there is 2 seconds left until that team caps it, the NM boys take every single ounce and they will make sure they get that pinch correct, and it always works out for them.
Yeah, and looking at Dant with his pinches, 25 and 15. Very, very nice. Looking at the attack, not sure really what they're going for here. I think they wanted to get their eyes on B, kind of test it out, see what was going on, but they're going to fall over here to A, and Avixi's not going to let him have it, but he is going to let him have his body as he's out. Vader catching a kill here. There's still 2 more to work through. They slowed him down just enough, but it looking like A might fall. Final push here coming in from Infinite Florida on the defense. Dant catching his kill. Avixi catching his kill, catching another one, and A has been shut down. Look at RK7. He's like, wait, guys, we just fully wiped him out there. They're going to spawn on B. Push down, got that line of sight, so they spawn right back up on A. Only 1 player got through with Oze, is going to make the move, but there's 2 players over there possibly going to answer him. Yeah, Oze can't get it done. Solar's there, though, looking for a double. Just one more player with Daunt down there. Look at Avixi with the double kills. You know, the 2-2 split, Infinite Florida, this defense, look at the timer. It's ticking in the red, and nothing happened yet for NM boys.
And only 2 ticks left, but we saw it at the buzzer. They somehow got onto that A site last time, and look who it is. It's Oze going big, not able to get away, but Vixi's been finding a few more kills. He will eventually drop, and he gets taken down one before the glide, but I love how you pointed out they ended up getting a clean sweep at A, and RK7 immediately transitioned over to top bedroom to make sure they were not able to stack in, which it didn't come through, but just a heads up read in case if that spawn did happen. But again, in the final moments, guess who hopped onto the point? The New Mexico boys. But still, there is no ticks of progression here at B. So they have a long way to go if they want to get these next 2 ticks.
Yeah, they need 2 full team wipes to tie it up, too. They are 8 behind here for the NM boys. They're going to have to play for the capture. Solar, though, in a very nice spot here. Avixi somehow still alive walking through here. There we go. That's 2 in the back. OZ with an amazing double kill. That's going to open up this B site. 1 tick. Looking for 2. Daunt is the man to get the spot done. That's a double. Looking for 1 more. Can he get it done? Vader's back there as well. Oh, Electric gets it. That's progress right there. That kill was it. 13v6 though. Oh, man, they're going to have to get through this. We got 1 spawned all the way up there at A. And the rest are going to push through apartment. I think we got 1 final sweep before it's over here and tied up to round 5.
Yeah, you have 1 push into Vixie. He just stops that one in its tracks. You still have a tiny bit of time to delay it, but Daunt, he goes big. Dahmers with the trade, so it's a 3v11. This is still doable, but you need every single kill you can get. RK of Vixie. They will get it done. And Infinite, again, somehow NM, they get the 2 ticks, but they definitely are not up when it comes to the life count. This should be a round 5 defense for Florida.
Yeah, the attack, I mean, again, it's coming down to the wire. That one not as close as the other rounds have been, but it's going either way, and I love that it's coming down to this round 5 because the way this control's been panning out, both teams earned this round 5 control. I mean, who has the advantage? It's tough to say. Infinite Florida, though, I'm liking. They're always up on kills ever so slightly, if not by quite a bit, especially on that last one there. We see 2 players in the 30s there, 29 and 24 of Vixie, 31 to 19 for Daunt. Daunt definitely the MVP here of this game. Or this map, I should say, and he's looking good. And speaking of looking good, NM boys pulling 1 out of the books for the B push, and I'm liking the Electric split possibly to A, collapse down in. We'll see if this one pans out.
I like how you pull that one out of the book. They love this split push, but guess what? They all went together once they found 1 or 2 kills, and RK can't quite finish it on the Dahmers, but guess who is there to at least delay it a little bit, and RK7 is there to clean up the rest. 27 to 25, but it is the live count advantage for Infinite Florida. Just going to be a little bit, but a few shots coming on through. Oze having a very tough map 3. He is sitting at 18 and 30, but everybody from the side of Florida has done their job. You just can never count out the NM boys at any moment, no matter how many life advantages you have.
Yeah, I will say Infinite Florida did not bring into their minds the classic, we killed them on B, they're going to spawn on A. So they're just going to have to give them that one. And I like the push up here into B as A's getting taken. And Infinite Florida is just going to give it to them. So they're going to have a 4v3 over here on B. And the numbers not going to lie, as OZ is going to be the last one over there. But he plays it to his advantage. I think he can sneak up through this. He's going to be able to push that spawn for Infinite Florida up to A. But in order to spawn there, they're going to have to die first. So let's see if they can win their gunfights.
I don't know what it is about this LAN, but every single control feels so intense and so damn close compared to when it is played online. It's just constant 3-0s, and you and I know this because we've casted so many of them. But now, again, this is what happened and allowed the side of the NM boys to go through. They would always send somebody on the flank, but Avixi, he sniffs them out quick, and Orze, no! Wow. Not able to do it, Avixi! A big few kills. And look, Avixi is 33 and 30, 36 and 22 for Daunt. and it is just a slay heavy fest for Florida.
Yeah, +7 objective kills. He's getting kills that matter and kills that don't matter. He's just killing. And speaking of killing, look at that. 3 respawns ahead. No ticks on B. Infinite Florida on the defense, looking pretty fair. I don't think anyone's doing anything that they don't have to. They want to extend this series quite a bit. Florida will take the lead here if they win this map. They are tied 1-up for this series, as we're going to go into Hotel again next after this one, guaranteed. Now we got 3 players on Infinite Florida in the 30s. New Mexico boys, only 1 man, Solar 30 and 31. Everyone negative over there with the NM boys. Look at 8v14. B looking like a slop fest here for the NM boys, and Infinite Florida, they just have it. They're having the spawns, they have the positions. That final push possibly here, you know, with 6 respawns left. I like that they fell back into apartment, went for 1 more. You know, we've seen coming from behind on this one. The streak came through. Oh, Graf, take us home here.
And we have now down to no lives remaining, but you do have 1 player on it. Make it 2, and this is your final chance. Can the NM boys get it? Dahmers with the double. Can he clean up Vader? It would be big, and this could be it. This could be for the map of Vader. Oh no, and there's a reason. He is the Sith Lord, and he brings out the pistol. Infinite Florida will close out the map 3 and take the series lead 2-1.
That is why I always run the pistol, and people say run the knife, you run faster. Yeah, but what about this right here? Look at that, ran out of bullets, pulled it right out. Sure, he had some teammates there to finish it up, but that timer was ticking. Every round was close. And speaking of 30s, let's just go right into 40 for Daunt. 40 and 26. Oh my goodness, that man was out there. Objective kills, he had everything. Oh, geez, what an impressive match here from Infinite Florida, coming through 3-2 all the way the distance to Hotel up next. They're there, man. They're there.
They are here, but I want to point out, yeah, the side of NM, they didn't come away with that map victory. What impressed me the most is they got outslayed by 25 kills, and they still made that game close. I mean, so when you're getting outslayed, it's very clear that if you have it that close, you have the fundamentals correct. Like when you get the kills, you capitalize on it, and that is what they've done so well throughout this tournament. Now you're heading on into map 4, and guess what? They have been waiting for Hotel. They said this is their strongest hard point map. I don't mean to jinx them or anything like that, but I'm expecting, and you and I are expecting, this series to go to the map 5.
Yeah, I think it really was determined on that one right there. So I am going to give Florida the series here in map 5. Ooh. You know, if it gets to that S&D, it's over. I mean, and it has to get to that S&D at this point in order for New Mexico boys to even continue with a chance. They have to win this next one. I think that they might, just because of how well they played on that hard point. That control was very close pretty much every single round. Like you said, the slaying power was not there. You know, usually we see Solar step it up. You know, Dahmer's definitely stepped it up off of that poor performance on the S&D round, so good on him for that. But Infinite Florida, Daunt, 40 kills, just absolute insanity from that man's. Great strats from the team altogether. But NM boys had a little bit better strats on the defense, on the attack. But, you know, because they played that against their kill power. They say, hey, we're not going to outslay them. Let's out-position them and get these sites. And they were definitely doing that. That's why we went all the way down to the final seconds of round 5. But it looks like we're loaded into hardpoint, Graf. Let's get on cooking. Let's keep this rolling.
And Solar, we've been hyping him up this entire tournament, but he had the most engagements on the side of the NM boys. That last map, I think he ended up going like 34 and 36 as an AR. Yeah. That is a ridiculous amount of engagements, and when you are throwing away 36 lives, that's just showing he is not a guy that's going to sit back and just chill. He is going to always be flying at you, and maybe that was their problem, right? He was maybe a little bit too impatient. But it also came down to Daunt just going off 40 and 26 in the control, as he is starting it off here on the hard point as well.
Yeah, I love the full stack here from Infinite Florida and almost a full sweep as well. And Daunt now working his way towards the next hill. Dahmer's back there, gonna be a 1v1, very important who gets this kill. I think Dahmer's knows he's there, so he will have the advantage. There we go, that's gonna wipe it out. They should have the spawns now for the next hill. New Mexico Boys answers those kills right back now, sweeping it out. They're gonna be able to get this hill time. They might be able to tie it in as they go into the next hill, but Vader now in the back with the strong positioning. Jose trying to get that kill, and he does, looking for one more, gonna get shot in the back. And now Infinite Florida has the advantage for P2, and it's looking to switch over right now.
That was one of the weirdest spawns where Vader spawned right in that jewelry in the north side of the map while Dahmers was sitting in the chandelier. I couldn't believe it. And Dahmers was even saying, he's like, how did the hell did this guy get here? And he ended up losing the gunfight, and that's just unfortunate Call of Duty, you know, timing right there. Is the spawns are a little bit wonky with everybody spread out, so unpredictable at that. But what have we been preaching is the New Mexico Boys, once they get locked into a hill, they do not give it up.
Yeah, I'm loving Electric. He's turning up here, looking pretty hot. Dahmer's looking to answer back that weird spawn. And, you know, there was a lot of red down there, but a lot of blue points. So, NM Boys looking to rotate out as well. We see Solar back there. Jose is in the kitchen. I think it's time to start cooking it up, baby. We got a Vixie. We got Daunt looking to answer it back. When they do win their fights equally, so good on them. That's all four over there. It's a hard hill to break if you keep that defense up strong, and Jose's looking to open a defense hole, and he's not going to get it done.
And this should be an easy 15 seconds, right? And it already has gone down. You spawned so far away if you are NM, and you have one good opportunity to break, and guess what? They should be able to find this because everybody is dropping, but oh goodness, when you have Dot alive, it is never that simple. But Solar goes big. Vader comes in with a double of his own, and when you think you have that opportunity, who goes big? It's Dot and it's Vader, and he just does enough to delay the side of NM to get fully set up.
Yeah, two players catches double. Math adds up. That's a team wipe. And look how spread out now. Everyone's going to have to be Vader with the easiest points in his life after that double kill. As they rotate out into the next point, we see a Vixie looking to catch Jose out of the sight. Clash of the Titans on the site here. Okay, it could go either way, but no, Infinite Florida has the power again. Jose with an interesting spawn back there. Here we go. All right, Solar, they're going to give it to him with Electric. Going to be a 2v4 for the site. Everyone just spawning over here, but I think New Mexico Boys are trickling in, and Infinite Florida has the position.
Oh my goodness, I don't know how RK7 just kind of dolphin dived right into that little kitty corner. He had the help of his teammates. He pops up, not able to find the kill, but he weakens up Dahmers. And this is still a solid hill for Florida as he lays down Vader on 5. Oh, and that is all four. They will get the last 20. Vader's one away from streaks. If he finds this glide bomb coming on in to, which is going to be the next hill after Restaurant, to that deck, and he has a glide bomb, that's going to be an easy break. I would say invest it early if you have that opportunity.
Yeah, keep going while you're ahead. You know, hammer them down with this 136 to 51. That is a very nice stat line, especially from what we've seen from them before. You know, they had an early start last time, though, and then they were a bit slower after that, but definitely a much faster start for them here. You know, the kill, the slaying power is there. Daunt still looking hot here. And, I mean, let's look at Jose, 3 and 13, but let's not look too long. 3 seconds on the hill. Man's got to step it up here. Not what we're used to seeing from him. But, you know, NM Boys are on this hill. This is where they need to turn this around.
Oh, my goodness.
But they're going to have to turn around a lot faster because Florida's coming in.
I don't know how a Vixie just did that. He split the defenders. If you ever watch football, he shot the gap as quickly as he could, and he comes away with it. A Vixie, he is wanting to challenge every single player out there. But like you said, it's one player, Jose, and he's been that baseline for the side of New Mexico Boys. And when we say they've been having off games, it's because one player just doesn't perform when they are all getting, you know, around that 1 KD, they should be able to come away with the map. But right now, Infinite, everybody is slain, and they might take down the New Mexico boys right here and right now.
Yeah, I love the callouts too. They're 2v1ing almost everyone here, and they're making sure that the person who's in the strength, holding the right gun for the right spot, looking the right way, is taking the engagements. And I think that's what Infinite Florida is getting right on these engagements. They're just putting the right guy in the right spot, and they're just getting the advantage into the fight. And if you can get, you know, a 60-40 fight over these 50-50s the NM boys are trying for, you're going to win them most of the time. That's just how the map adds up. But Infinite Florida, looking them over there, you know, just 10 seconds left on the hill. But the score line is still close. Look at that, only 25 points away as we get off to P1. But we've seen Infinite Florida be able to hold this P1 very strongly, and they should have the favorable positions for P2.
No one has an aggressive push coming on in from a Vixie, but the thing we have noticed is Florida has played significantly better. The discipline is clearly paying off because they are keeping this game close. But guess what? It doesn't matter because the NM boys, they are always playing discipline. And when you have Solar and you have Electric and Dahmers popping off, it still makes this game so much more difficult. Vixie, my goodness, he is cracked out of his mind. Solar finds one, snaps onto the second. Vader should go down, but luckily he has a trophy to save his life. But Daunt, who other than the submachine gun, as he finds one, not able to find anymore, but a Vixie hops into the point. And this is a good 15 for the side of Florida.
Yeah, I've never really seen a P1 be fought for this hard. Infinite Florida really trying to seal the deal. And now we got another great fight. You know, early rotations for both teams. No real bodies getting found. Electric gonna have to probably pull a double here. But no, it is all Infinite Florida, all red. They're gonna have the spawns. Dahmer's the last ones left. He has to win that fight, and he does not. But look, it does open up this north side. So they try to slow it down on in. Daunt is there, waiting for them to peek it. Gonna possibly come through the trade. There's two, looking for 3 and 4. Oh my gosh, 2 doubles. And as we said, 2 doubles, it adds up, and that's a team wipe.
And but one, oh, they're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna expect Solar to come on in this late, and they know they have to fight for this scrap. But guess what? RK and a Vixie, they are ready for it. Unfortunately, it is 3 members, and you fight for this last 20, but you lose the rotation because Oze will get cut down. And guess what? On that hill, you gave, I believe, RK7 a glide bomb, so he can invest that whenever he wants. You need to find an early break here if you're the side of New Mexico, because if not, your tournament hosts are coming to a quick close.
Yeah, this is the toughest hill of this map to come in so late to. You got to be coming in hot. Oze on that 0.5 KD. It does have the 40 seconds on the hill, though. But here we go. You know, back and forth. Electric does find 2, though. Vixie trying to come in hot as well, right through the fridge. See what he can peek over here on the corner. Solar's ready for it, though. There you go. That's how a pro player does it. You shoulder it, looking for the trade. Daunt finds a kill. I think a Vixie is going to find this next kill as well. They sit at 52. Going to have to spin around. Can't get it done in 20 seconds. There's not much left for this hill. Looking like it's going in Infinite Florida's direction as we head off to the next hill. You know, New Mexico boys, good job not giving too many points away.
And that was just a big break. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to be 25 seconds, but that is still manageable if you're the NM. It feels like you can still get this done, but you are getting outslayed left and right. Dahmers, you need to go big, and he only finds one, but he allows Electric to hop on in. He gets shut down. A Vixie is hitting absolute stopping power rounds, and guess who's in the point? This is it. You need to find a clean wipe right now for New Mexico. You do not want this scrappy. Guess what? You are the ones getting shut down. Electric, not able to do it.
That's it.
You have a few seconds, one pinch, and that should be it. And Infinite Florida, they are sending the New Mexico boys packing as they keep their LAN tournament hopes alive. But it was a surprise victor, I think, for everybody watching.
Yeah, Florida 3 in a row. They are going against Denver Surrender now off of that map. You know, slow roll at the start, that 250-180 loss, then a 6-1, a 3-2, a 250-168. Infinite Florida securing at least 3rd place. NM boys heading home. 4th place, though. Keep your heads up. They just weren't consistent enough. Dahmer's pretty rough in that S&D match. Everyone looked pretty fair in the control, just a little light on the killing. And then off that last one, Florida just really had everything. They were earlier, they were later, they were slightly ahead on the kills. And Daunt, I think he definitely took MVP for that series.
To be completely honest, Chef, I do think them not getting enough sleep, they just simply ran out of gas, right? You have played the entire day since 10 a.m. These guys have been here, and they only got roughly 3 or 4 hours because it went so late last night, because every single... The NM boys had yesterday 2 map 5 round 11s, and then they had a map 4 and another map 4. So they had all 4 extended series last night in pool play, so it forced them to stay late. They came on in so strong this morning. Unfortunately, I think they just ran out of gas. That was it. But I have to give credit to the side of Infinite. They fixed their mistakes in that hour and a half, because they were playing so structurally sound, which we did really not see earlier in the day.
Yeah, and I love No Name here in the chat says the teamwork adjustment. They're not over-challenging anymore like headless chickens. They were just throwing bodies before, but the teamwork definitely pulled together through everyone. Daunt was really the only one over-challenging, but he had the skill to back it up. He had the slaying power, 40 bomb coming out as well. Just wow. And, like you said, the lack of sleep all the way on control. It came down to the wire on every single round. That takes every single strand of your body to put into that, to make it through, to make sure that this series continues, trying to get it in your favor. The NM boys just did not come out on top, and it's possible. That was all the gas they had. They dumped into that control. Like I said, whoever wins that control is going to win the series. It's exactly what happened here with that 3-1 win. Infinite Florida, amazing job. As we roll into our next one here, Denver Surrender, I think they're all pretty much ready. It looks like they might be filling in.
Oh yeah, they have been ready to go. But I want to interview Vader. I want to bring on in. He is the captain of this squad, and he's actually from the Colorado area. So I'd love to bring him on in if we can potentially find him. We're getting word, and they are getting him right now. But such a great series. And let's kind of give a recap of what happened. That map 1, it was Mercado, and this was what the side of the NM boys were realizing. They said, hey, we've done so well on Mercado. Why don't we just keep it in our pool? And they took it 250 to 180. They just kept getting full 60s on their hills. They could not get broken. Mercado was clearly their map when it comes to LAN. But then you go on into the El Asilo. They had played it quite a few times. I'm not sure if some adjustments came on in, but clearly, I'm not sure who it was. I think Daunt and the side of Infinite had done their homework. They kept catching electric on the flanks, and it made the difference. They took it in a 6-1. You go into that map 3, and it was a 3-2, came down to the wire. And then map 4, you saw it just felt like they were always a step ahead, and they got it done.
Yeah, well, let's get the insight from the man himself. There he is, a Vixie. Remember Vader. There he is. All right.
It's Vader. Oh,
what's up?
I thought we were getting a Vixie in.
No, we're getting Vader right now.
All right.
But Vader, it's awesome to see that you guys have now made it to the losers finals, and you and I were talking because the last few series it seems like you guys were really playing discombobulated, kind of taking some ego chows. What did you guys talk about coming in before the series?
Well, we just took everyone's advice. They said we're not working together, we're solo challenging, we're over challenging, and we're like, we got to slow it down a little bit, we got to stay composed, set up, get a few down, then we could get aggressive. And like before, we were just getting too aggressive and losing the hills. So we slowed down, pushed out a certain side after we got 3 down, and boom, 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 kept rotating, chaining hills. And Daunt, that boy was popping off. He was frying. Big 40 bomb from him.
40 bomb indeed, and not to mention he dropped, I think, like it was another 40 bomb in the control as well. So 2 back-to-back 40 bombs coming on in from Dom. But talk about that El Asilo, because I know the NM boys have played that one quite a bit. You guys took it pretty dominantly in a 6-1 fashion. Did you do any research on the NM boys, or what was the recipe for success when it came to that map?
No, it was just mostly about finding picks. Because like we knew we were getting first blood every round and losing the round. So we're like, not going into that game, we're like, we can't get first blood and lose. So we'd get our picks, we'd throw our nades, double nades, blah, 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 get some kills there. And once we did that, we planted bomb, and boom, 4v3 with bomb down. Should like 80% win chance right there. Like I said, we were just taking everyone's advice, and it worked out.
Man, I couldn't agree with you more. Chef, what do you got for Vader? Do you have any questions for the man?
I mean, he pretty much summed up that amazing series, all the work that he's been putting in, going through. I gotta start off here. What's the insight? You know, you're coming in against Denver Surrender. They've been relaxing, waiting for you guys to come on up. You've had such a long bracket. You've been pushing through a lot of matches coming your way. Losers final. Winner of this is guaranteed money to take home. What's the mindset you're going into this? I know your coach has been helping you quite a lot. Like you said, you're able to not overchow so much thanks to his input. So what's the mindset? What is the team doing to keep this momentum into this next map?
So right now, we're job's not finished. Obviously, we have all this momentum, so we want to go play them. We want to go do vetoes right now and get into the next game ASAP. Hey. We're ready. They beat us before, but barely. I think we can take it this time. We're going to take it this time.
Right.
Ooh, okay. I love it. But we will not keep you waiting any longer. Vader, good luck on the losers finals, and we will see you there. But hey, good luck.
Thank you.
Go get your vetoes done.
You guys are doing a good job. Thank you.
All right. Well, there you have it. Vader, amazing work from him and his team. Just the bounce back, and it takes a coach too. It takes the good coach to be able to see that, because if you're in there in the game, you're focused on what you're doing, your call outs, where your teammates are. You're not really seeing the bigger picture, and that's what the coach's job is. I believe No Name said he was the coach for that team, so good on him for seeing that and getting his team to bounce back into that. The 3-1 win. On that, I know Denver Surrender, they were practicing, making sure that they're ready to get into this next one after the maps get picked. Denver Surrender, it's going to be tough. The winner of this gets at least $500, though, so it's time to turn it up even higher. It's gonna be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one indeed, but everybody don't go anywhere. This is going to be another rematch series. Denver Surrender going up against the side of Infinite Florida eSports in the losers finals, coming up right after this short break.